much for tuning back in. My name is Fonny. In my channel, I talk about my houseplants and my Hoyas. In today's video, it is the second episode of the Top 10 Favorite series. Last episode was the first time I attempted to produce something similar, and I received a lot of positive feedback. A lot of you are interested to see my top 10 favorite for the month, so then they can also see the growth update of some Hoyas that I have shown in the earlier videos. I was thinking, why not? This month is July, which means that it is the most fastest growing month that I can imagine because it is summertime. In this episode, I will show you for July 2022 which ones are my top 10 favorite. I have included a number of selection, including some cuttings that I recently purchased, not to show you how beautiful they are right now, but also show you a bit of growth update. And I also selected a number of Hoyas that I had for over a year time, or maybe almost a year time. So it will be a selection of different types, not like last time, mostly is variegated plants. If you are interested in this type of content and you don't want to miss out next time when I posted similar content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you continue. 2 seconds. All right, let's take a look at the close-up of the top 10 favorite of the month. This is Hoya Heuschkeliana normal coloring. It is not the variegated one, however it made to top 10 favorite this month because it has grown almost 3 times the size since I bought it. I bought it last year in around October time, and it actually pushed out so much new growth, but if you can already see, if you paid attention in this video, it is also because it has grown so many peduncle. This one here is one set of pretty mature buds that probably it will be opening up soon. And there are some other ones over here, and then there are some more down here, even more mature ones down there. And also, it grew all the way on the other side. And yeah, that's the reason why for Hoya Heuschkeliana normal coloring has made to top 10 for the month. And with regard to the caring tips for this one, as you can see, it is facing the sun directly. Now it's around 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can see that it is direct sun from my south-facing window. I would say Hoyas in general, most of my Hoyas are actually fine with direct sun. And even if it's like constant direct sun in the morning for almost like 6 hours, it's still fine. And for the humidity, it is pretty high humidity at the moment in my room environment. It is because it has been raining a lot and the humidity is between 50 to 70. And it is just really prolific grower. If you want to have a Hoya that has small rounded leaf, just like this, I would highly recommend this Hoya. Another one is over here, just next to it. This one is Hoya Kanyakumariana. This one, in the beginning, it has not grown at all in the first, I would say, half a year. But then, after it hits the spring season, which is from May time, it has significantly grown so much more. If you can see this point, it has grown new leaves and stem on the tip, and also this one is an entire new vine as well. And then, if you can already see, it is because it has peduncles. This 2 weeks old peduncle has grown really slowly. It has actually attempted to grow peduncle here, but this one, unfortunately, it dried out afterwards. So this one, hopefully I can make a video later on to show you the actual flowers. And with regard to the caring tips, this one is the same as Hoya Heuschkeliana. It is placed in the same direction right next to my south-facing window, and the humidity currently in these past few weeks, I would say, is between 50 to 60 in my room environment. And I also believe that this one, because of thick succulent leaf shape, as you can see here, the nature of the leaf is very cardboardy, so because of that I think it could take quite a lot of sun, and even if it has a lot of sun like today, it didn't really change the color at all compared to other Hoyas. Another one that made to my top 10 Hoya for this month is this one, Hoya Davidcummingii. If you remember, this one is a Hoya that I purchased from ASEAN Plant Export. At that time, this is just a kind of rescue stem that I tried to make kind of a security. If the main mother plant dies, I can still have some leaves left. However, if you can see, now it actually developed to a complete full plant with very beautiful shape as a whole. The reason why I really like it for this month, it is because of the growth rate and also the way it's shaped out. And particularly, if you already spotted out, there is a lot of peduncle growing on the node. And you can also see the shape of the plant is very nice if you want to have it as a hanging plant. The shape is just very aesthetically pleasing, not just the leaf shape itself, but also the entire way that it drizzled down, and it just looks completely beautiful. And I would say it looks very tidy. It doesn't look anything like messy type of growth. So I put this one in my Milsbo cabinet, which means that it has constant humidity between 70 to 90%, and also for the light it has constant sunlight. That's why you can see here on the leaf it actually has some bleaching situation. In the middle it has much lighter color, and on the edge it has a darker color. This one, especially for new leaf grow, if the new leaf is grown under a very high light condition, it will have that effect. But for the older leaf, which is like these ones, the larger ones, it doesn't have so much of an impact for the bleaching situation. But as I said, this one as a whole is so beautiful as a hanging plant. This one is another top 10 favorite for the month. I have not showed this one before. If you can guess what this one is. This one is Hoya Sigillatis from Atlas River. If you can see the leaf itself, it's different from normal Sigillatis, which I got it here. So this is the normal Sigillatis, the regular form. It has very thin leaf texture and also very thin stem. And if you compare here with this one, it is similar when it comes to the stem thickness, but for the leaf shape it is very different. Let me try to get it a closer look so you can compare. It's almost look like different species, but you can tell that there are some similarities if you look into the breve elongated leaf shape. But for Sigillatis Atlas River, the reason why it is very popular, it is because of the sun stressing coloring. This one, it's almost like red and dark pink color, and it's not just a pure red color, but also is a mixture between green and red, which makes the combination to be special. And like what I have over here, Hoya Sigillatis is also really nice when it comes to the sun stressing ability. However, this one is more like a splashy form, and also the splashiness I would say is quite regular. between one to another. It's quite uniform, that's a better word, when it comes to the splashes. But I would say for Artless River, it is very freestyle. Each leaf is quite different. Some got some splashes, some got more light, so then it has a redder color. But in general, for the cat tips, this one I kept it in my Millspo cabinet. It's between the same as what I explained, 70 to 90%, and I have pretty strong light on top of it. That's why it has some really nice coloration. This one here is Hoya ETS 10. It is very beautiful when it comes to the splashiness. The leaf shape is very similar to Brevialata, but smaller, I would say. But the reason why it made it to top 10, it is because of the very beautiful shape of the growth pattern. If you remember, this one is one of the cutting that I have showed you around 2 months ago, and the 4 or 5 leaves has now become this bushy quotation plant. You can see that the leaf shape is very similar between each other. The new ones are pretty much identical within each other. That's the reason why it has such an aesthetically pleasing look to it, because it doesn't have too much of variation, but at the same time it looks very tidy in the way it grows. This one I placed in my Millspo cabinet, so it's the same care tip as I have explained to you for the other ones. It is just amazing if you look closer to the splash. It even gives you a bit of silvery coloration. This one here is Hoya Lacunosa Royal Flush. The reason why it made to top 10 favorite, it is because of the coloration of the new leaf. If you can see the new leaves on the tip, it is super dark, but at the same time, for the older leaves, it has really beautiful splashes. With the combination of black and splashes, and also the really pointy, beautiful, small, tiny leaf shape, it definitely come up to favorite top 10 for this month. With regard to the cat tip, I placed this one in the Millspo cabinet, just like what I have explained to you. This one here is formerly known as Hoya Solaniflora, but now it is a no ID Hoya. If you remember, this is also one of the cutting I showed you 2 months ago. The reason why I really like this Hoya this month, it is because of the new growth. If you can see the tiny leaf that newly grown, it looks like purple color. I have it under the grow light, and it's a pretty strong grow light, but if you see the back of the new leaf is pinkish purple, and it is very, very nice. Even though it grows very slow, I would say, compared to other cuttings I've got, it is very different when it comes to the leaf shape, and also it is a very thin leaf Hoya, but at the same time, even though it is a very small leaf Hoya, the veins itself is very prominent. It just gives a very special combination of the purple and also the light green color vein. Again, this one I placed it in my Millspo cabinet, so you can just follow what I mentioned about my care tips and the environment that I provide. But yeah, it finally pushes out new growth point with very special color combination. This one here is Hoya Noona with yellow flowers. It made to my top 10 favorite for this month is because of the amazing explosion style of growth pattern. I can show you a comparison picture of how it looks like when I first got it and how it has grown in the 1 month update. It has grown so much more, and even, yes, you're right, it is because it is growing a peduncle that is having pretty pretty good growth speed, I would say. Peduncles over here. The sets of buds are growing larger and larger by day, and I'm very excited to make a video on that if it actually happened. But if we take a look closer with the leaf pattern, because of the high intensity light I provide, it has very intense sun stress coloration. You can see here the coloration started on the edge, and then it slowly gets into the middle part of the leaf. Especially for the newer leaf, as you can see, these ones, if it grow under high light, since it is a tiny baby leaf, it will push out much more purple color. But these ones, you see that only the edge having red, those ones are older leaves. And it's just so happy. I'm just so happy to see this grow so nicely. And I mean, I don't really want to repot it because it is a really cute tiny pot, but I'll have to check. But this looks amazing. It is the same care tips of the previous ones. It is in the Millsbow cabinet, so just follow what I mentioned in the audio ones. This one here is Hoya Parviflora NS07154. It is also one of the cutting that I have showed you 2 months ago. It made up to top 10 favorite. It's because of this very bushy growth pattern. I have to confess, I gave too much light to the plant. That's why you can see it is like very sunburned. It may not make it for the last smallest one you see there, so I need to put it a little bit further from the grow light. However, even though that happened, there are new sets of new leaves from a completely new vine. If you look into the growth pattern of this Hoya, it is very, very compact. You can see that it is a very short node, but it exploded with stems and new leaves. And this made it to the top 10 favorite because of the amazing growth pattern. And also the leaves are very nice, very elongated, but at the same time it has a very nice lime color. Last one over here. This one is Hoya Brevialata that I got from MTI Orchid. It is a relatively older plant that I have obtained, but the reason why it made up to top 10 favorite for this month is because of the new leaf growth pattern. If you see the difference, these ones on the top are the old leaf that come with MTI Orchid. However, it took almost half a year to start growing, but ever since the growth season has started, it pushes out these amazing, beautiful, glossy leaves. It is so unique that it just looks like a concave shape, but at the same time, it has very uniform shapes between different leaves. If I show you here. And this is actually the reason why I wanted a Brevialata, because of a uniform rounded leaf and also the nice coloring. These ones you see, the newer one comes out a bit red because of the strong sunlight. And for the care tips, I put it just in my room environment, room temperature around 17 to 31. During the spring and summer season, and humidity is between, I would say, 50 to 60 in the past month. However, generally I have the humidity around 21 to 40. It is very nice if you want to hang it up just like this. Thank you very much to watch until now. I wish you enjoy the content as much as I do while filming them. If you have further questions with regard to the care tips and also specific questions related to any species, please feel free to leave your comment down below so then we can discuss further. If you are interested in this type of content and you want to show me some support and I can then produce similar content in the future, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and like this video or share this video with your friends. Share this video with your friends. Well, until next time, I wish everyone is having a great day and I will see you next time. Bye!